ordinance number 21.
Call to order the City of Natchitoches Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. The audio, of course, of these planning and zoning meetings are available on the archive at www.cityofnatchitochesla.gov. The next council person meeting is November the 14th. We had no rezoning matters, and I assume that means we also had no appeals from any waivers or subdivisions. So
Well, I'll take that back. We did have appeals. They just haven't gone before city council.
they haven't
yet.
docketed them yet.
Right, where's one? The one for
The mobile
the
home,
mobile home park. They
Nah.
tabled that one.
Oh, they tabled that.
I
Okay.
saw that.
All right, and so, all we have today are subdivisions, and so anybody aggrieved by a decision, before us from today would have to file an appeal in writing, address the mayor and the city council, file with the city clerk within 10 days. I'd ask everybody that, if they didn't sign in, to please do so. Ask the speakers to come forward and identify themselves and speak clearly. Our next planning and zoning meeting is on Tuesday, December the 6th. I don't believe there's any more. Who's gonna do roll call?
Miss Donna Williams?
We'll proceed with roll call, please, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Charles Whitehead III,
Here.
Mr. Isaac Bo Lewis, Ms. Anita Dubois,
Here,
Mr. Ricky McAllister, Mr. Bobby Claiborne.
Here.
Mr. Michael D. Lewis,
Here.
Mr. Ron Brown,
Here.
Ms. Ethel Blake,
Here.
Mr. Walter Johnson.
Here.
Ladies, by my count, that's a quorum, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Roman numeral 3, the approval of the minutes from the October the 4th meeting. We're gonna defer that as they're not ready yet. We'll take that up on our December 6th meeting. There's no urgency for that. Nobody needs certified copies for anything between now and then
No.
that you know of. Okay. Moving on to Roman numeral 4, old business. There's no old business to come before the commission. Roman numeral 5, subsection A, the application by Mr. Sidney B. Evans III to subdivide the following a 0.745 acre tract from land subdivided from a parent tract containing 118.85 acres is shown on the plat of survey by Mr. Robert Lynn Davis, professional land surveyor, dated October the 10th, 2022. The parent tract being 44 acres and all that portion of irregular section 25, township 9 north, range 8 west, Natchitoches Parish, Louisiana, and irregular section of 40 that lies south of Highway 6 and east of I-49, located within the city limits, less lots to Evans and lots previously sold to various parties, less 1.543 acres, being a portion of a 1.733 acre tract as shown on a plat and conveyance book 597, folio 622 of the records of Natchitoches Parish, Louisiana, that lies within the city limits, less 2.9 acres to CSN Incorporated, less 2.0 acres to Premium Hotels LLC. The reason is for resale. Lot located off of Hayes Avenue, exhibit number 1 in Commissioner's packet, councilperson district number 3. Would Mr. Evans or his designee come forward to the microphone and tell us what you're doing while we get a summary from the director?
It's just a simple subdivision, as they're saying. They just subdividing a parcel of land for resale. I don't think I'm privy to say what they're doing right now. They're just doing a simple subdivision.
It's appropriately, this is all zone B3 out there,
It
is that
is.
correct?
It is.
All right, Ms. Evans, please state your name for the record.
Laura Romig, or Laura Evans Romig.
Sorry,
It's fine.
forgot. You're here representing Sibley Lake Realty, is that correct?
Correct.
And they just want to break off this 3/4 of an acre tract for sale?
Yes.
This is right next to Popeyes, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, sir.
All right. We didn't get any comments or inquiries from the public, did we, on this?
We haven't received anything.
Any questions for Ms. Romaine? The commission have a pleasure.
I move we approve.
Motion by Dubois,
Second.
second by Claiborne. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. That passes. Laura Lee, it's, somebody can appeal it in the next 10 days.
Okay.
So the 11th day, I'll sign the plat today. Nicole or Chantrell will get the plat signed by all the people in the city. And if no appeal's been filed on the 11th day, you or your dad needs to come pick up the final plat, bring it to David Stamey, the clerk's office, record it, and see that she gets a copy of it back showing the book page and data file.
Okay.
All right.
Good deal. Thank you.
Thank you. Roman numeral 6, report of office activities.
Well, Nicole and I went to the code enforcement training, and it was very informative. We received quite a bit of information on how to go about actually starting the program. So hopefully within the next few weeks, we'll have a layout for everyone that we would like to follow, get your input to see if there's any changes, or if you have any ideas that you suggest that we would implement. If you don't mind, if you want to do a little research on what code enforcement is for municipality, I would urge you to do that, so you can kind of follow a format on what other cities and municipalities are doing as far as with their code enforcement program and their commissions.
I assume you found out it was a lot more work than you thought, huh?
Well, it's not a lot more work. It's on a broader scale on what we do, and I think we need that here. We have a lot cleanliness ordinance, but it actually could be expanded a lot more than what we're dealing with. And for some of the obstacles and the situations that we are dealing with, we need the code enforcement program.
Well, I've always thought that we need to define the general contractors, or especially subs, define them for violating code, for not pulling the permits or doing that. And that'll get their attention, because the poor
Right.
homeowner doesn't know. He wants somebody to come and replace his water heater. He doesn't know he needs a permit to do that, which is negligible in cost, right? I mean,
It
less than
is.
$20, $25, but the plumber doggone sure knows.
They do. So
Okay.
that's gonna be one of those things that we ask the officers to spot. If they see people doing work and there is no permit, because Miss Donna, who's gonna actually take over doing all of our permits, she ensures that every person that comes through to receive a permit, that they have a permit card to display. So
If
they
they
will
come
have
through.
to make sure that if they're doing work, they have that permit.
Well, you know, we could always engage with Public Works. I mean, if they're out there on the street every day, I mean, if they see, and I don't know why I'm picking on water heaters, but if they see an old water heater by the side of the road, you know, they ought to contact her and say, you know, this is 825 Williams, I'm seeing a new old water heater out by the road, they pull a permit.
All right. So what's
And I mean,
happening?
It's not about the $25, it's about
It's
making
not.
sure the inspections are done and things are done right.
So Miss Donna is taking over permitting, and Miss Nicole is actually stepping into the role of code enforcement officer.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do, we're actually working with the city marshal's office to kind of step in with us on that
Well,
also.
and Randy's good about, I mean, Randy's
Yes.
around, he like Public Works is moving around
Yeah,
the
he's
city.
everywhere.
So,
You
I
said
mean,
we can study up on it, where do we get that information?
What, code enforcement?
Yeah.
Just Google code enforcement?
yeah.
Their
Just kinda
laws,
look
the
around.
bylaws?
She's just talking about doing it for comparative
Some research.
purposes,
Yeah,
just so that you understand what it
Right.
is. Is that it for office activities?
that's it.
Roman number 7, Reverend Claiborne,
Make a motion to adjourn.
do I have a second?
A second.
Second by Mr. Johnson, all in favor say aye.
I decline, it's too short.